Hi.
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 Welcome to Why Are We Like This? I'm Ashley, she, her, and today I have two very special guests with me, host of Slayerfest 98 and co-host of My Bloody Judy.
I'm Ian Carlos Crawford. Hi, he, him are my pronouns.
And then I also have my dear friend,
Chelsea, she, her.
and we are here today to talk about Heated Rivalry Episode 1.
Yay.
So, this is going to be quite a change from our wholesome Heartstopper content. So if anyone is monitoring younger listeners out there, this is your warning. There's going to be a lot of adult themes discussed. There's going to be a lot of sexual analysis happening. So just heads up at the top here. Quite a different set of coverage. Okay, so I figured at the top here we'll just do like kind of overall thoughts on the series since I'm kind of switching it up this time around. Usually it's just me and one set co-host, and I might have some guests here and there. But I thought let's get as many different perspectives on this show as possible. So I have different co-hosts for every single episode. So do you guys have like overall thoughts on Heated Rivalry? You want to shout at the top here?
Too many to shout all at one time?
Yeah. Valid.
Yeah. We could spend the whole episode talking about just general thoughts, I think.
Valid.
I hadn't revisited the first two episodes since I watched them like twice in a row when they first came out.
Mm-hmm.
I revisited other ones, but I just hadn't revisited these since watching the whole series. And it was definitely cool looking at it through the lens of like everything that we know.
Mm-hmm.
And like, as with everything, it's like, oh, then I'm more emotional about beats that are not emotional the first time you watch it because you don't know where it's going. So that was like kind of fun revisiting it and through that lens.
Yeah, totally. I agree. There's a lot of like little things that are so subtle on the first watch you don't really pick up on it, but on the second watch you notice.
Yeah.
There's a lot of little facial cues that are like tiny and yearny that you're like, oh, these are your like immediately. Great. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Also, when this came out, like when I was hearing about it and I was like deciding to watch it, I was like, okay, so this will be just like a short, fun little series that I'll watch. It'll be like a Nick and Charlie AU. And starting out watching it, I was treating it like that. I was like, okay, this one's the Nick and this one's the Charlie. But then quickly, like by the end of this episode, I was like already wrapped up in these two. So yeah.
I did a similar thing and just like compared them like constantly for the first couple episodes.
Actually, I remember that when I think I had watched it first and you said, oh yeah, people were saying like, if you like Heartstopper, you'll like this. And I was like, well, it's not really like Heartstopper.
The only way that they're similar is that they are two male leads. And it's gay. But there is a lot of similarities, like little details throughout the series that are very reminiscent of Heartstopper. I have some Heartstopper notes for this episode too.
I think it's because both are like very different, but both like well-written romance.
And they bring up the same feelings in me. Like, these two make me feel the way Nick and Charlie make me feel.
I think with it, at least for me, the big difference is Nick and Charlie, it's like, aw. And Ilya and Shane, it's like, fucking
like,
do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Just a quick shift in the tone of voice.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And the creator has said, like, that he's a fan of like Heartstopper and Young Royals, but he wanted to make something like for adults where we get all that same like lovey piney feelings, but we also get to see them fuck. And I was like, well, you succeeded, sir.
Yes.
Also, I didn't say at the top, this is not going to be spoiler free for the rest of the series or the books. We are going to have people talking about the books. So heads up to the listeners.
I definitely have a couple book notes.
Nice.
I'm like,
All right, so our opening scene, I love that we hear like the flicking of the lighter before we even get the shot of Ilya trying to light his cigarette. And we get Shane walking up and being like, Ilya Rosanov? I'm Shane Hollander. I just wanted to introduce myself, and shaking his hand. And Ilya is like, who the fuck?
My notes are Ilya's face going from who the fuck is this guy to who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, exactly. And this is the scene when I was like, okay, this is like This is like fic Charlie, Ilya is, where he's like, he doesn't give a fuck that he's like smoking in front of the no smoking sign. And then we have like our anxious rule follower, Nick, who's like, I don't think you're supposed to be smoking over here, and like points to the sign.
And I think it's like such a good opening to tell us who both of them are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, Ilya might as well be on like a motorcycle with a leather jacket, right?
Right, yes.
The embodiment of Slavic indifference is the term I keep saying a lot on the internet, and that's so accurate. I think.
It's true, yeah.
I also like, so this is like a very stupid detail that I started picking up on later. Ilya has a very specific way of saying okay.
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that we get it right in this first scene with him. He's like, when he's like, you're not supposed to smoke, and he's like, okay.
Yeah, I think that's the indifference coming out.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it's like a, I don't know, like some kind of like, if English isn't your first language, because my grandma used to do that a lot. She would say, you know, and okay a lot in her like English sentences. And I wonder if that's like maybe a more common like thing, like the way I say like a lot. And I have read that's because you're filling space to think about what you're going to say.
Right.
And that would make sense, right? If they say okay, or, you know, a lot to fill in. Because, like, when I go into Spanish, oh boy, is it terrible. So my brain takes a while to get the words out. So I could see that being a thing.
I had that same thought, because I was like, this is very common amongst non-English speakers when they're, like, taking that beat to, am I translating this right in my head? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Shane's already kind of, like, starry-eyed. It's like, you're an awesome player to watch. Illy's like, yes.
The embodiment of moon-faced.
Yes. And he like chuckles at Ilya's like very short responses and leans against the wall and like just for a second. And he's like, okay, yeah, I guess I should go. They're like waiting for me. He's like, good luck in the tournament, and reaches for his second handshake. I'm like, we are less than 2 minutes into this episode and he already can't keep his hands off of it.
Yeah.
I was curious, what do you both think? I was trying to read whether I think Shane knows he's attracted to him, or it's like he didn't think about it. You know what I mean?
I had thoughts on this too, and I think this is like an introduction to like Shane's autism that we know like in the background as a book reader is there, and like his kind of just awkward first interaction with people. But I do think also he doesn't understand why he's so immediately excited to like meet Ilya, and so I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
I agree. I think it's there, but he doesn't recognize that that's what those feelings are yet. Okay. Whereas Ilya is like, freckles, 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 freckles.
Ilya's little smirk when Shane starts to walk away and he's like trying to hide it behind his cigarette is so his face acting.
Yeah.
Our story all day long.
Yes.
Just so good.
Yeah, he can't like let him walk away without having that banter, that dig. And he's like, you will not be so nice when we beat you. Shane's like, that's not happening. So then we cut to the International Prospect Cup. And we get the announcers giving us all of the backstory that we need on these two as individuals. He announces that fans are hoping for something hot on the ice and that it's the two most talked about prospects in the world. And when they go into Shane's like description, they're like, from everything we've heard, he may not be the most sociable, but this is the kid with the highest hockey IQ out there. He's incredibly smart, incredibly dedicated, and incredibly fast, which cracks me up because at the cottage, Ilya's like, this slow fucking hockey player.
Exactly.
I also didn't know, because I am so sports illiterate, I didn't know, like, out of children's sports, you still did the good game thing. Like, I remember doing that when I played t-ball, but I thought that was just a thing they made kids do. I didn't realize, like, the adults do that too. I learned that from this.
I love that. I don't know a lot about sports, but I did know about the good games at the end. So we have all these shots, these hockey shots, and then we see Shane notices Ilya is like sitting up in the stands watching.
He's chewing his ties. I want to point out this is like a constant thing that flips between. They focus on it with Shane, like when people talk about it, but they both do it. It's like a little tick. Mm-hmm. Love it.
So then we cut to them talking about Ilya and how strong he is on the puck and what a strong skater he is, and then they say, from everything we've heard, he really gets under the other player's skin. And I was like, yeah, he does.
From what we've heard, he really tops the other players.
Right? I might as well have said that. And they go into talking about how that's their kind of player, and they say it's Boston's kind of player too. So that's like a hint at the what's to come. And then Ilya notices that Shane is watching him now, and the coach immediately notices that he's not paying attention.
He gets a Russian chew out real quick.
He does.
It's like, oh.
And this is such a like smart and quick way to not only like immerse us in their world, but also give us all that backstory on who these two are individually so that we can move forward now understanding who each of them are.
Yeah. And a lot of it is stuff that, again, like first watch, it's like doesn't really like I didn't fully absorb all of it on my first watch. And now it's like, yes, this is all incredibly accurate on a watch after having watched it so many times.
Yeah. The first time around, I was like, okay, hockey stuff. I can, whatever.
We're bored now. Let's move this on.
Exactly.
Chelsea, you'll appreciate this. Ashley already knows this, but like every comment on Slayerfest 98's video of our Heated Rivalry episode is like, did Ian even watch the show? Because I didn't know shit about hockey. I still don't. The moment they're like, and this is I'm like, great, there's a game. That's all I need to know. There's a game.
That's incredible.
So then we cut 1 week later, and Russia has won. We hear the announcers talking about what a heartbreaking loss it was for the team, for Canada. They called Shane a teenage phenom.
They used teenage phenom a couple of times, and every time I'm like, why did you?
Yeah.
I don't like it. I'm like, why are we saying it? I don't know. It always bothers me every time.
How old are they supposed to be here? I know it's teenagers.
17.
Is it 17?
17.
I was thinking like 19. I didn't realize they were still high school age.
They're both
supposedly.
Juveniles, technically.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard, right? Because neither one of them look like...
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
But they get drafted at 18, right?
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like pre-draft. So.
Yeah. We get this like close-up shot of Shane skating by, looking defeated, which we will get a mirror of with Ilya coming the other direction later, which I think is just
the mirror shots
good.
on this show are so well done.
Yes,
I should have. Again, I say this a lot, but Jacob Tierney, I should have known like how good this was going to be because I love Letterkenny, I love Shoresy, like I love all that other content, and I love the way they shoot those shows. So I should have known that this would have been great, but
I didn't even realize when I started watching it. It was probably like the third episode before I paid attention and was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
and that's when I like really locked in too. I was like, "Oh, okay, yes, this is great."
The hockey stuff, you can really feel it though. Like if you watch those other shows, then you're like, "Oh, this is where we are. This is who we're dealing with."
We hear he just couldn't get past that elite Russian defense. And more importantly, Ilya Rozanov kept getting past theirs. And then we get our handshakes and we get Ilya's, "I'll see you at the draft."
That Shane looks so irritated about, but then later when Shane's like, "See you in whatever," Ilya's like kind of like smiley about it. He's like, "Yeah, you will."
I know. I also love, this is when we get our title card. And I love how simple it is. It's just like perfect. He did it. It's a perfect one. Yeah. So we jump 6 months later to LA to the draft. And we get this very quick shot of Shane at the table with his parents. And Yuna is talking, but Shane's like looking down and zoning out. And then we cut back to Ilya and Shane and this other random guy, another number 3 pick, at this photo shoot, which tells me that Shane is sitting there not hearing a fucking word that they're saying because he's replaying this fucking photo shoot in his head where Ilya was being an absolute menace about being
like
number one. Yes. And like bumping into him. And he's like, "Let me see that number 2. Let me see that number 2, the camera guy." And it like physically hurts Shane to like hold up a number 2 and smile. When he like has to take a breath and then force that smile on his face, it makes me laugh so hard.
Yeah. You just wanted to flip him off. Like, here's your number 2.
Salt in the wound, making him hold it up.
Right. Also, number 3 is so excited. I just want to say, like, number 3 is like more excited.
3's just happy to be there.
He's like, "I made it, guys."
Yeah.
I would be too, honestly.
Jacob Tierney did an interview where he talks about that guy's jersey, and I think it's some other, like, maybe fictional hockey team, maybe real one called the Houston Drillers or something like that. And I was like, they put so much work into all these little details of their jerseys and all that. So I liked that.
So then we cut back to the like post-draft mingling event to Shane with his parents. And the coach is like talking about how excited Montreal is. He says, we don't care that he came in number 2. Rude.
Yeah.
Rude. And then he goes on about Shane being Asian Canadian. And I don't know if it was supposed to come off this way or not, but it rubs me the wrong way. I'm like, this is gross.
I think we're supposed to be kind of upset about it, because even you can tell on her face she wants to be like, what? And I think we're supposed to feel uncomfortable.
Well, they succeeded in that because it grosses me out every time. And she's just like trying to smile through it.
Yeah, even Dad has a reaction to it. He's like, because he's usually just bubbling off somewhere. Yeah. Dad's like, he's like a Wheeler Dad on Stranger Things. Like, are you even here most of the time? But like, yeah. Yeah.
And then she like tries to engage Shane. She's like, I mean, to be part of the most legendary franchise in hockey, right? Oh my, like
trying so hard. She can tell he's uncomfortable.
He looks miserable.
This scene is good because they're both really uncomfortable because they're being talked about. They're not being talked to. Like, this guy's not talking to them. That other guy's not talking to Ilya. Like, they're both, and they handle it so differently because Shane's clearly not used to that. Like, he's just used to playing his game and doing his thing. And you can tell Ilya is used to being like talked about. He's just trying to stand there and be like, okay, let's get this over with. But
yeah, and that's his dad, right? That's Ilya's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that kind of tells us all we need to know about his dad, right? When he's like, you don't need to speak.
We learn everything we need to know about his family in this episode and how fucked up they are. I get so mad.
Yeah, I know, yeah. But before we cut over to Ilya, we also get this little line from Yuna where she's like, I know this came up in Shane's interview, but I'm the world's biggest Metro fan. It's part of how I came to feel Canadian. My dad would sit us down in the living room on Saturday nights, which tells me that she's like first gen.
Yeah.
Then we cut over, to Ilya. And I hate his dad so much.
The line he said, I get so upset. And then the guy just being patronizing and basically going along with it. And like, it's okay, son. You're like, don't call me son.
Yeah, he's like, we're not passing on a kid that's this strong with those hands. And his dad's like, he is strong, but he needs discipline. He can be, how you say, lazy. And Ilya is immediately like tensed up, like, here I go. And he says, well, I find that hard to believe with the way he plays, but doesn't like do anything else, which I guess they are just like, they just met. It's like a new relationship. But like, what does his dad think he's going to accomplish by putting him down? He was literally the number 1 draft pick.
And like number 2 is not bad.
Right.
And I think they're trying to establish the difference of like how Russia and hockey is like, there's going to be a big cultural shift, I think, for Ilya, between what he experienced in Russia playing hockey, what he experiences in Canada.
In
America. So it's like,
yeah. And it's like, it's also a last-ditch effort to keep the power dynamic, knowing that Ilya is going to be living in America now and not be right under his grasp.
Yeah.
So then we cut to Shane's room, and he's restless, and he checks his tiny-ass little phone. And then he gets up, and he fixes his bedding before he goes down to the gym. He gets on the bike, and he kind of zones out. And Ilya comes in and he's like, oh, I know, I'll take the bike directly next to him.
He's so cheeky.
And I also love like that it immediately becomes a competition. And you could see Shane trying to be slick, like looking out the side of his eye, while Ilya is looking straight ahead in a room full of mirrors. I'm like, you cannot hide these glances, sir.
No. I feel like Shane is very obvious, whereas Ilya is more slick, but Ilya is charmed by Shane's non-slickness.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also, the second that they start competing, we get Heartstopper music. It kicks in. Like, it was like a sleeper cell activation. I was like, is this Nick and Charlie? I was like, what in the Addy Esker Chase is this music? I love it. I love it so much.
There is a lot of similarities in like the background, just like mood music that's happening.
Yes.
I think it's Peter that we now know is the score
composer. Yeah.
Wait, was it the same person who did Heartstopper?
No.
No, but
I thought, okay, yeah.
they definitely have some similarities.
Yeah. Especially in this episode. I feel like it dies off a little bit as they go along, but this episode for sure, there's a lot of like little Heartstopper music cues.
Yeah, there's a moment later in the episode too. I'll remember it when it's the second time they get together, but like it's also pretty similar.
Yeah, I wrote it down every time I heard it.
Yeah.
So.
Whereas I didn't notice that, but I did notice a lot of the hockey music cues felt, and I fully think this is on purpose since I've seen interviews with Jacob Tierney where everything seems very intentional.
Yes.
A lot of the music actually reminds me of late 90s, early aughts, like indie gay movies. Like the music, the like weird kind of techno music playing while they're playing on the ice felt very that to me, where it's like kind of generic, but it's like kind of good, but still like general, whatever dance music would have been back then.
Sports version of elevator music.
Yeah.
Yes. So Shane walks over and sits down, and Ilya follows him into this tiny little area and sits down directly across from him. And I love his woo! What a fucking day, huh? So
it gets me hard because the volume is always like up a little bit because it's a little quieter, and I'm always like,
Chelsea, I thought you were.
I definitely heard that wrong too.
Yes. I was like,
sorry.
My bad. It sounded like you said it gets me hard.
Gets me hard, yeah, obviously. I was like, shit.
I was about to be like, same.
Well, my next note says gay panic. Why is hydrating so sexy?
Yeah. I think this scene is so fucking sexy.
Yes.
The way,
it is.
and it does such a good, as someone who often is at the gym, and there is a very specific like dude who's confident that wears shorts that you can see up, and like that's when gay panic hits me, because even if the person's not attractive, I'm like, don't look. Wait, I looked. Like I just like. You just look, right? I mean, the same way, like, I would notice a gorgeous woman, right? I'm very gay, but I still am going to be like, oh, that lady's hot. Right. Is kind of how I felt here. Like, I felt like this felt so real. Even if he wasn't, like, going to be in love with him, he clearly is just like, this guy's hot.
Yeah. We also get, like, this really sets up their, like, cheeky banter that we will see for the rest on out. He's like, was it everything you dreamed of? And Shane's like, almost. And Ilya like kind of smirks and is like, sorry. He's like, no, you're not. And then this is our first look at really like Ilya's kind of like anxiety. He's a little nervous, and he's like, so, Montreal is nice. And Shane's like, yeah, it's great. And he's like, Boston is nice too. And he's like, yeah, I think so. People like it there. And he's like, okay, good. And then they establish that they will be playing against each other for many, many matches.
They say like often, and I'm like, how often? I had to like look up. I was like, how often do teams play each other? Like, because I don't know. I don't know. I've been to like 4 hockey games in my life. But
I was just like, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I went to maybe 2 hockey games my entire life, and it was my high school girlfriend's parents had season tickets to whatever the Philly stadium was for Flyers games, so I went with them. I was 14, so
amazing.
I am turning 43 in 11 days, so it was a long time ago.
I love to go watch hockey, but I don't know what's happening.
Too.
I've never bothered with like learning how it actually works.
When people started calling it the boy aquarium, I was like, that's me. I go to the boy aquarium with my friends. That's what I do. My friend even said, he was like, hey, next time we go, I'll let you know so you can tap the glass at the boy aquarium. And I was like, thank you.
Yes. But also, so they're like 18. I can't imagine having your entire life uprooted. And we know from the rest of the show that he's like not had an easy life. He's not had a great time. And he's probably thinking like, well, what fresh hell is the next chapter going to be? But at the same time, he's like, at least I'm not at home. Yeah. And so I can only imagine the like emotional turmoil he is feeling about this.
This is weirdly about to be freedom for Ilya and kind of more constrictive for Shane.
Yes.
Like, or even more constrictive, because I feel like a lot of things get decided for, him, like right in this beginning few years where they're like, they have to be on this team because they've signed these contracts and,
Yeah. So Ilya kind of like relaxes his legs so his feet get closer to Shane. And he takes one more sip. And he's been like absolutely chugging this water. I'm like, how is there enough left to share? But okay. And so he like hands it out to Shane, and Shane's like, no. And he's like, take the bottle, and like shakes it. And so Shane starts to sip on it. And then you get like these shots of him where like his eyes are kind of like traveling down Ilia's
like,
body. Yeah. And like, yeah, the camera goes where it's like just like nose and shoulders. And the gay panic starts to kick in. And when he hands him the bottle, the way he like drags his fingers across Shane's fingers, and then when he takes it back, he does it again. And then Shane like looks up at him, and he's like, more. Like, he just mouths like, more.
I didn't notice that at all until this viewing, and I was like, ooh, he just whispered more. Oof.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes.
I did notice that. And I was like,
I did too. I noticed it immediately. I was like, oof.
Already Ilia's bossing Shane around a little bit. And
I was like, that's right, you slut, drink more of that water.
And like the good boy he is, he drinks more water.
Yeah.
The more definitely destroys me every time. But the tension is so thick already. I would love to see the rest of this scene where they get up and leave.
Yeah, because you know Shane like jumps up like a bat.
He's like,
I have got to leave.
I do think like it's just because a lot of people are like, well, once you get past episode, I'm like, no, this is good right away. Like this yearning is hot and like, sucks me in immediately. I don't know.
Yes, I agree.
There are very few shows where the first episode like really like I'm into it. I'm ready. It's usually a couple. Heartstopper's an exception to that too, but like the whole first season of Buffy, I'm like, oh, I love you, but I can't always do this. Like I can't do this every time.
That's fair. That's fair. So then we go 6 months later. We are back in Ottawa for the International Prospect Cup again. So this is 1 year since they met. This is where I have my notes of I have no idea how hockey works. I was like, there. Then I started to remember like, okay, well, these are like, they just got signed. So they're not starting with their other teams yet. Yeah. This is them like finishing their like youth play. We are in Ilia's hotel room, and his stupid fucking brother calls.
I am so hot. I'm like, fuck Ilia's family.
Yeah. He, and you could tell their dynamic immediately by the way he answers the phone with just like, what the fuck do you want? Why is dad calling me? And this is how we learn it's New Year's. We see like on the TV too, he's watching like the New Year coverage. And his brother's like laying it on thick. He's like, how's it going, handsome boy? And Ilia's like, what's going on with dad? And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Dad is fine. And he's like, well, he keeps calling me. And he's like, because you lost the fucking hockey game. And Ilia's like, what do you want? And he says, let me think about it. Can I have more money, please? And he's like, I have no more money. My bonus is done. You snorted most of it. And then he comes in with the F slur. And so automatically, this guy's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Also, I was curious, do we think he uses it because he secretly knows, or is just like a douchey straight guy that uses it?
I think he knows.
I think he knows, because Ilia kind of alludes that in the big dialogue that we get later. Yeah, monologue. I feel like he knows.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. I was like, but I mean, also like like douchey straight nasty dude would just use it anyway. But I kind of interpret it as like he's using it because he does know.
Yeah, it's giving strong David Nelson vibes here.
Ugh,
like
yes.
times 1,000.
Yeah, definitely. If David Nelson did a ton of coke all the time.
There's a fanfic on that, I'm sure.
I'm sure of it.
Also, maybe he's a werewolf in that one. I
don't know. So then his dad calls, and he says, they have their like hello, and he's like, oh, so he answers, and Ilia apologizes, and he's like, apologize to Russia. Losing to the Czechs, disgusting. And he was like, we'll beat Sweden. And he says, beat Sweden. You have to, or otherwise you will. And he's like, not play for gold. I know. And he says, I don't care about we. You will not lose to him.
Yeah.
And I was like, but Shane's not on Sweden. So I'm confused here of how we got from, how did we get to Shane?
I think he's talking about, like, Ilia won't lose. Like, Ilia won't lose. Like, he doesn't talk about like the team as a team. Like he holds Ilia responsible for everything that happens. I don't think he's referencing.
For sure. It's the very last line where he says you will not lose to him that throws me off.
Yeah.
Like lose to who? Because then we cut to him losing to Shane, so it alludes to Shane.
Oh, maybe. And maybe he knows about the rivalry.
Yeah, I want to tell you my notes for this because his dad is pissed he lost. I'm not sure what he lost. Cut to the game. I don't know what this game is. Did he lose this game?
Are we playing hockey? Amazing.
Somebody will tell us. Somebody knows, and they'll comment and let us know. So yeah, we hear the announcers saying that it was a comeback for Canada. They didn't want to lose to Russia on home ice 2 years in a row. We get that mirrored shot of Ilya skating across, looking disappointed as
so good.
fuck.
It's like goofy, but it works, right? The shot.
Yeah. And then we get our handshakes, and Shane says to Ilya, "See you in October." And we get like a pretty good smirk from him. Mm-hmm. And I was like, and he in his head is like, how can I see him before October?
Yeah.
Plotting.
Yes.
He's like, I want to fuck him. Like,
he's like, this is my new mission.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 6 months later, so this would be like June. Mm-hmm. They're in Toronto. They're doing this photo shoot. The organizer guy or like director maybe is like cracking me up because he is like so serious.
Yeah.
He's so serious. We get the "you look pretty," and he's like, "You're wearing makeup too," like immediately on the defense. He's like, "Yeah, but I don't look pretty."
Well, because Ilya's so good. This is what's so charming about him, right? And this is why I'm going to point at the screen as title, why we are the way we are. Like, we are like this because it's like, this is the exact type of stereotypical, like, lead, at least I know you and I, Ashley, gravitate towards, because he's like, both, he means it, he thinks he looks pretty, but he's also being an asshole about it. Mm-hmm. Like, it is both things, and that is like, oof, that does it for me. So,
I'm like, some Spike parallels is all I'm saying.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, where it's like, I'm going to kind of neg you, but not negging, because it's like, there is a compliment in there that is...
Yeah, genuine.
Like, I think of like Spike when he's like in season 5, I think we talked about this, when he's like, and your hair looks bad. And it's so obvious that it's not true because her hair is especially...
It's the greatest it's ever looked.
Yeah. And so like, we know that he's only saying that because it's like, well, I can't think of anything bad because you're so gorgeous and perfect. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Very much that.
This is another like great line delivery we get when the announcer's like, "Can you just try to hit your marks at the same time and like show me a lot of intensity?" And from off camera, we just hear, "Okay."
Yep. I am so charmed by them starting to like crack up.
Yes.
And the fact that I didn't remember that it was Ilya.
Yeah.
It made sense, but also like for me, I'm like, oh shit, we do see him start cracking and opening up a little bit more, because I feel like Ilya wouldn't be laughing with anyone else like that.
No, absolutely not. But he like the amount of eye contact they're having to do is like slowly breaking him.
And it is ridiculous, right? That would be ridiculous to have to do over and over and over again.
Yes. And for them to be like, keep it intense, stay intense. And like also these are two 18-year-olds. So I laugh every time the like director's like, "Okay, I think we've gotten all we're gonna get."
We're gonna do.
It's like, guys, I know it's been a long day, but okay, never mind. We're not. This is all
we're not gonna try to. Also, I just want to say, as a book, whatever spoiler for later, like in the second book, we're gonna get this beautiful moment where Ilya has reached out to this guy and gotten all these behind the scenes moments from this shoot of them laughing together. And now when I watch this episode, that's all I can think about, because I've read that and I'm like, oh. Ilya is playing a long game. Like, he doesn't know it, but he is locked in with Shane.
Because, right, I also think that's an important point, that Ilya, he does not know it either.
He doesn't know it yet. Like, I don't think he even, like, wants it yet. Like, not like that. Like, he wants Shane, but, like,
he wants to fuck him, but...
Yeah, he's not prepared for the emotional, like, latch on that's about to happen.
Yeah. I also like his, like, "I can do it, I promise," and he cannot
Immediately
do
not.
it.
Yeah.
Then we get this shot of them, like, Shane is on the ice, presumably, like, about to do his solo shots, and Ilya is sitting down there, like, okay, that one needs to have a little more, like, a longer break. Let's do Shane first. And Ilya's like, "So when did they tell you that you do the commercial with me and not just alone?" And Shane's like, "I don't know, like, 2 days ago." And Ilya, like, does the, like, nervous neck rub. And it's just like, And he's like, why? Well, when did they tell you? And he's like, oh, no, they didn't tell me anything. It was my idea. And that short circuits Shane's brain.
His eyes like wander. He's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit.
Like, he's like, why though? Why would he do that? Why did you want to do that? Why did you want to be here with me? Ilya, why?
Yeah. All the little like cartoon moments that people have made of this scene, like the little I don't know the names of all these artists, but there's like a claymation person and like the little rabbit and
figurines.
And they all do such a good job of like throwing up the thoughts he's having in the background and all this is going on. I'm like, exactly, he's just shattered.
Yes. And we cut to him and his mom, and he's watching Ilya do his solo shots, and she's like, Shane, are you listening to me? And he's like, what? Yeah. And he's absolutely not listening to her. But she's like on him about wearing his Reeboks, and he's like, I know. And she's like, you can't be seen in anything else. And he's like, I'm always wearing skates, Mom. And she's like, but in case you're not, and this is when she says, this is a lot of money, Shane. You're the youngest hockey player to ever sign a deal, and remember what this means. And he's like, I remember. And she's like, a whole lot of kids are going to be looking up to you, kids that don't see themselves here a lot. And he's like, I get it, Mom. And so there's just like a lot of extra pressure on him. And I know where it's coming from, but at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, this is still a kid. Just like, let him have some fun, Yuna.
I think they do a good job of putting in her like sometimes subtle, sometimes less subtle, but remarks that like let us know how much pressure he's got from her in the background, especially when we get to the cottage later and they're having their really touching moment. You're like, oh, there actually has been some reasons why Shane is not has kept this from her and kept this from his family because he's under a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Also, I saw a video of somebody talking about this scene and said that they went back and watched all 6 episodes to count how many times he is wearing Reeboks, and it's 0. And I was like, I love that.
I want to be like, how'd you get a Reebok deal? You clearly don't enjoy them.
So then we cut to the showers, and Shane is in there minding his own damn business. And Ilya comes in this giant shower and takes the one that's like 2 down from him.
With his giant ass.
With his giant ass. My note says, my God, that ass.
My God. Unreal. Unearthly ass.
Yes.
Somebody made a video that was like, this is the only ass that's ever asked. Like, this is, no one else has one. Like, this is it.
Ass.
Like, this is it. I'm like, I think that's true.
That video clip of like Hudson being like, this is America's ass. And I'm like, yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I showed my straight trainer that picture and I was like, I gotta show you the butts because I want to work on getting a bigger butt. And he was like, holy shit, I play hockey. I don't remember dudes looking like that.
Yeah.
His secret is he's a gymnast, apparently.
Yeah, I think his parents are like bodybuilders or something.
That makes
sense.
Wait,
Connor Soares?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense because he's got the most incredible body I've ever seen.
Yeah. And he did competitive tumbling. Growing up, so he's like an actual gymnast.
Oh, all right.
So yes, Ilya is like shamelessly checking Shane out, and the tension like kicks up, and Shane makes eye contact, and Ilya like starts washing his body, like putting on a show, and Shane takes his turn, shamelessly checking out Ilya, and Shane like kind of turns towards Ilya a little bit. And Ilya immediately clocks it and is like locked in watching him. And Shane looks up and makes eye contact, and Ilya like gestures like down at Shane where he's like clearly getting hard. And Shane looks down to check, and I think that's so funny.
I think he's like, Shane's still like not sure what's happening with his body. He's like, oh God.
100%. Yeah. His brain is scrambled eggs.
Yeah. I would be too if I had a man like that looking at me in the shower.
Yeah, definitely. For sure.
Also, Ilya's like the consent king from the start. Because like he clocks that Shane's like into it, but also like not. And he gives him the opportunity to like look away and to like stop this or whatever. But then it's not until Shane looks back again that he's like, okay, now I can show you what I'm working with.
Yeah. And he like makes eye contact and starts to touch himself, and Shane like kind of freezes. He's like taking it all in, and Ilya is like, he makes this little gesture of like, join me. And Shane hesitates for like quite a few seconds here, and then finally turns away and is like, not here. To which Ilya completely folds and respects and just finishes his shower, which is another beautiful consensual moment we get. We got to the locker room, and Shane is just sitting there waiting. He's just waiting for him to come around the corner.
He's not put his shoes on so that he can wait for Ilya. He's like, I gotta take this so slowly.
But then as soon as Ilya comes around the corner, he's like, oh, my shoes! Like, it just, like, jumps and starts putting on his shoes. And he's like, so we can forget what happened in there, okay? And Ilya's like, is what you want? And he's like, yeah, for sure. I'm like, this kid cannot lie.
And Ilya laughs. Like, he laughs because he knows.
Yeah.
And even says, you're a bad liar.
You are a really bad liar. Which Shane does not respond to. He's just, like, focusing now on tying his shoes. And so Ilya walks over to him, and he's like, what's your room number? He's like, 1410. And then Ilya, in another shameless moment, does this like towel adjustment that is absolutely unnecessary. He's just like, let me just also remind you what I'm working with here.
Right.
And he says, well, if I come to 1410 tonight at 9:00 and Shane says, I might open. And Ilya says, I might knock. And Shane's like shell shocked for a second. And he like looks over and then is like, look back, like, no, don't look at him. Don't look at him anymore. Like, we've got to get out of here.
Like, close his eyes and like breathe through it. He's like,
Yes. Also, I the first time I watched this, when he said 1410, I was like, because that is Nick and Charlie's rugby numbers, 14 and 10. And I was like,
I didn't clock that until you told me, but then I was like, oh.
Yeah. Well, because it's easy for me to remember because we got married on October 14th. So 10/14, 14/10. It's always stuck in my mind. But they're both being so brave in these scenes because this could have gone very poorly for Ilya. Yeah. Like, he could have like gotten in a fight in that shower if it was the wrong guy.
But I think Ilya knows. I think he just picks up on it like, immediately. Yeah,
definitely. But there's still a risk. You just never know.
Yeah. And
Shane has never been with a man, and so this has to be terrifying on 2 levels for him. Right. And so we cut to Shane's hotel room.
I just want to say, Gay Panic to Sea Lions by Feist is the best. Best choice of music for this moment. So good.
I was like, he puts on a fucking suit.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing, dude? It's so good. And then we get the shot of him like sitting at the table, and he looks like he's going to throw up. This boy has a tummy ache right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he is like way overthinking it. He like crosses his legs, he uncrosses his legs, he turns the TV off, and then he turns the lamp on. He's just like completely restless, doesn't know what to do with himself. And we cut to Ilya in the elevator, and it stops, and fucking Yuna is outside.
I said not Yuna cock blocking him before they even start.
So good.
Does he know that that's Shane's mind? He knows, right? Okay.
Yeah, he does. And she's like, oh, I'm trying to go down. And he's like, this is going up. And she's like, right. And then she like sticks her hand out and says, and it like closes. And we get this shot of Ilya's face where he's doing like a very forced smile. He's like, and it closes and he lets out a deep breath.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I am on the way to fuck your son. Please let me get out of this elevator. And we see him knock. And then we get this close up of him like shutting the door where it's just like his torso down. I just love all of these like camera shots that put in things into perspective like that.
I think they did that to show us what he's wearing, like, because we just got so much stress over Shane, and now we're getting this like cool, like put together Ilya. Yeah, like the hot guy just walked in. Look what he's wearing.
His fucking jacket with his black tank top under. Yeah. And he's like, I thought you might chicken out. And I love Shane is so fucking defensive. I'm not a chicken. It's so good. And he wants to talk, and Ilya's like not having it, and he pushes Shane against the wall, and Shane's like, this is such a bad idea. And he grabs his chin already immediately and like caresses his face and starts to kiss him. And Shane moans, and he takes his jacket off, and this shot kills me because like Ilya immediately is like grabbing Shane's pec through his shirt. And then as soon as the jacket comes off, Shane is like, well, I'm going to grab your peck. Is this what we're supposed to be doing? Like, I don't know. He just like copies him. And we see that like as the show goes on, he physically like copies a lot of the things. It's cute.
I love that.
And we get this shot of Shane trying to take off unbutton Ilya's pants while Ilya is trying to take off Shane's shirt. But his arms are down because he's trying to open Ilya's pants. And they're just like stuck trying to get each other's clothes off for a second.
I noted Shane as so Nick Nelson coded, not Shane, Ilya as so like Nick Nelson coded in this scene. Because like all those caresses of like his face, his jaw, his hair. He's like running his hand really gently through the back of his hair. Like one thing that I really love about this show, just as a personal peeve of mine, is like there's so much head grabbing, and I'm like, stop grabbing people's fucking heads. It makes people upset.
Yeah.
But like it's so different with him always.
It is. Yeah.
And I love that.
As soon as he gets his pants undone, he's got his hand down his pants. And then they're like touching foreheads, which is also incredibly intimate. And he grabs Shane's face again and puts his thumb in his mouth. And Shane is very willing and starts like sucking on his thumb. And I have a note where I just put Shane oral fixation Hollander.
Also, Shane immediately gives compersion for me. Like, I don't know if that's a term you guys are overly familiar with, but like just being overly excited about your partner's pleasure. Like, that's very Shane for me throughout. Like, because like he tends to be the one to be like, no, I want to put that in my mouth first.
Yeah. Shane's a giver. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, I always remember from when I was covering X-Men 97, Gambit, who was like my childhood crush growing up, who still is my crush. I remember someone saying like he was a monogamous slut. And I was like, I like that term a lot. Cause like,
so good.
It's true. Yeah. Cause like he's only obsessed with Rogue, but he's like nonstop horny for her. And I feel like that's kind of how Shane is too, where it's like,
very much.
Definitely.
He would not be comfortable with just anyone. But then when he is comfortable, it's like, right, put that in my mouth.
And he gets comfortable with Ilya so quickly compared to other people, which I think is important because you get to see how he interacts with people on the front end a few times before Ilya, and you're like, oh, he's immediately a little more comfortable with him than he is with people.
Yeah, like Scott and Hayden, who we already know he's not as comfortable with at all. Yeah.
Their chemistry, man. It's just there. Also, Ilya kisses him while his thumb is still in his mouth. That always, I don't know, that just makes me melt.
Oh no, there's so much kissing and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Their kissing is hot. Like, everything about what they do is hot, but I'm like, I don't know. Kisses don't usually on a show that much do it for me, but this I'm like, whoop. Yeah. Keep kissing, boys.
I was talking about this with Andy, I think, and she was like, I think it's because like Connor's story every time goes tongue first. Like every time. Like it's just like he goes for it and it delivers.
Yeah.
So Shane immediately drops to his knees after the thumb and mouth kiss. And this was my first like, oh, so we're gonna hear like all the noises because we hear like him like gag. And I was like, oh, okay. So we're like going all in here.
We took adult film porn notes. Okay.
Yeah. And then when he pulls Shane off and he's like telling him no, it was too good, he wipes Shane's mouth for him. Shane looks very proud. And then they have this conversation about if it's their first time with a man. And Ilya tells him no, he has been with his coach's son back in Russia. And Shane is like very turned on by this fact. Like he is cheesing hard.
I think he's just so excited that he's like, oh, you have? Like, this is not like, I can be not a little less freaked out, but also really excited.
Yeah. And Ilya tells him he likes trouble. And then we get this conversation and he's like, weren't you afraid of getting caught? And he's like, no, we had the same secret. I was just, and Shane is like, curious? And he's like, yes, curious. And you make me curious. And then he says, do I make you curious? And he's like, obviously. And then we get the, did you like sucking my cock? And he says, wow, those English words just roll right off your tongue, which it's giving wow genetic. And so it's like, this is 0.1 and then 2.0 is the wow genetic of him just being like starry-eyed at the English that Ilya has. And so then Ilya's like, do you want me to lie on the bed and let you do it some more? And Shane's like, let me. And then he walks.
And then he does back. And he does.
Yes.
Also, yeah.
So when Shane takes off his clothes, he folds them and puts them on the like TV stand, and Ilya like has a good little giggle at this.
Yeah.
And I saw a post saying that Rachel had said, like, somebody asked her, like, at what point in the show do you think Ilya falls in love with Shane? And she was like, I think it was when he just folded his clothes the first time. Yeah. I was like, that's
There's
adorable.
A lot of those cute little moments with them, because later it's in the episode where he's trying to sext Shane, and Shane's just like very earnestly responding to his messages instead of like jumping into it, and Ilya's totally loving it.
Yeah, Shane is so literal.
Yeah.
This was when I really started to clock the neurodivergence. Like I was like, okay, this guy is just like, maybe his mom is just like super controlling, but then when we got to this, I was like, okay, no, like
also socks for sex.
Yes, leaves his socks on. But we get the true show of how good at consent Ilya is here when he, like, pats the bed and has him come over and he asks him, like, what do you want to do? And Shane says he doesn't know and is, like, looking very nervous. And so he kind of takes the reins, but he checks in, he's like, is this okay? And Shane nods. And then after a few minutes, they flip over and we get the, like, da, like that Hollander, which, holy shit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, not the da.
Not the da.
But this is when I have the head holding situation, because it's like very delicate. He's not like controlling him or like shoving him down. He's like very careful with him in this moment and just like running his hands through his hair. And then like a gentleman, he pulls out before he finishes in Shane's mouth.
Because they didn't talk about that first.
And then we get Shane like watching Ilya come, and I'm like, yeah, he likes the validation. He needs to see the proof that he did a good job.
Whomst among us.
Right. And then Ilya, he just like cannot not fuck with him. So he's like,
I love this.
Yeah. He tells him he did a good job or whatever. And then he's like, all right, that was fun. And like rolls over to like wipe his hand off. And Shane is so mad. He's so mad. He's like, are you serious? And that's when you see him like kind of clock that he like is not picking up on the sarcasm at all. And so he does like a little chuckle and he rolls over on top of him. He's like, you think I'm an asshole? And he's like, I know you're an asshole. And so he tells him, I wouldn't leave you like this. And he returns the favor. I love Shane is like trying so hard to pull him off. He is using every bit of strength that he has in his body in that moment to try to lift Ilya's head up off of his dick. And Ilya doubles down. He's like, no, no. Which is another dynamic that we will continue to see from them. Yeah. And I love the stomach slap that he gets after.
It's like Ilya continued the bit all the way through the blowjob and then it's like, all right, bud, now I'm ready to go. Like, that's what it felt like. So funny.
So good.
Also, I just love that this show, like, it uses humor with sex. Like, you're not just getting, like, these serious, super awkward, whatever, fumbly moments. Like, because sex is funny and awkward, and you can laugh about it.
Yeah.
Well, also, I think they do a good job of doing that while still making it sexy. Like, it doesn't become unsexy when they're, like, in the, like, awkwardy laughing moments.
Right.
Which I really appreciate, because I feel like, we don't see that a lot. And usually when we do, it's, like, pulling you fully out of, the, like, hotness. And this does not.
No.
And it's also such a good show of, like, how well Ilya can read Shane already.
Yeah.
Like, and he's already good at, like, reassuring him of stuff. Like, when they have the conversation about not telling people. Yeah. And he's like, you're not going to tell. He's like, yes, I'm going to tell everyone. And he's like, because no one can know. And then we get that, like, he says something in Russian, which was clearly like, no shit. Like, I don't know Russian, but I'm 100% sure that's what he said. Yeah. And then he understands, like, by looking at how tense Shane is, that he's like, the sarcasm is not reassuring him. So he just tells him straight up, I am not going to tell anyone, okay? The banter, just like the back and forth of this scene turning into the, like, seriousness and how quickly the tone shifts. It's like, it's almost like the room got darker, but it didn't. Like, you can, like, kind of feel it getting darker. I'm like, poor Shane can't even have 5 minutes of, like, post-orgasm bliss before his mind is, like, on overdrive again, reminding him of all the bad things that could happen.
Yeah. I feel like you can tell when Ilya starts to get ready to leave, like in this moment, that like he also is like, oh, Shane really is kind of struggling with this, and you kind of see Ilya hesitate at the door, like he wants to go back over there, like he kind of wants to go, like give a goodnight kiss or something. Like I think that urge is there, and Shane's obviously not going to do it because he's just too lost in the sauce of whatever just happened.
Yeah, I mean he's grappling with a lot because this is like his first sexual experience with a man, and it was Ilya of all people. But I'm assuming that like this is confirming a lot of things in him. So like he is really like processing a lot in this moment. So then we get this little scene 3 months later in Shane's apartment of him watching Ilya videos on YouTube. It's a reporter asks Ilya, like, how do you feel about getting to Montreal tomorrow? And he's like, good. And he's like, are you looking forward to beating Shane Hollander? And he's like, he's a goalie now, right? Like, bugging dick. And the reporter's like, hey, Ilya, you said at the beginning of the season that you were going to score 40 goals for your rookie season. Are you still feeling like that's going to happen? And he's like, no, I never said 40 goals. Is liar told you that. I said 50 and then winks.
Oh, the wink. Oh my God. So Ilya winks. The water bottle wink, which I think we skimmed over that, but the water bottle wink with Shane and now this wink, I'm like, I'm dying.
Yes.
And Shane is fully charmed, yeah.
Fully. He's like trying to hold back a little bit, but like he can't.
Yes.
And I love that his mom, we get the like mention of, which makes sense for Shane, that he's never late but this one time.
Yeah.
Because he was distracted by interviews with Ilya that he could clearly watch it whenever. Like,
yeah.
I love his like, well, my workout went over and then I got lost on it. And the way he says YouTube is YouTube rabbit hole.
Sometimes his Canadian comes out real hard and I love it so much.
Yeah. I love his dad being like, what's YouTube? I was like, wow, that really reminds us where we are in time.
Yes.
In time, yeah. And Dad just being so curious. The comment about the Rolex. Was it about Rolex?
Yeah. Is Rolex on YouTube? And then Una pulls her proud mom moment, lets him know that he has signed with Rolex, and they are super excited. They say he's smart, serious, and handsome.
And she's like, of course.
Yeah.
He's like, Mom, stop.
Yeah. They said they believe he will be hockey's most significant ambassador in a generation. And then he explains YouTube to his dad. And I love that he's like, Mom is like, yes, I fall down those rabbit holes all the time. And I'm like, I bet you do. I bet she's like looking up all kinds of hockey shit all the time.
I bet, yeah.
She's watching player replays. She's out there like, this is how this guy handled this, and like
seeing who has what deals, like
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. And then she's like, what is yours? What rabbit hole did you fall down? And he says, unlikely animals becoming friends. And I cackled because I was like, oh my God. And he's like, a tiger and a bear, a cow and a duck. And I was like, he's like, we could be best bros. We could be like a tiger and a bear who are best friends and also fuck. It can happen.
Proof of how funny Shane really is, because like this is where his thoughts are when he's like blanked out and people are like, what's going on with Shane? This is what's in his head. Like.
Yes. And of course, Mom is like, well, you should be watching the hockey ones. And she's probably like, I have some playlists I'll send.
I have a spreadsheet.
Yeah. And then she starts going on about the Ilya interview that Shane watched, and she's like telling him all about it.
Shane's giving himself away so hard because he's grinning and like fighting it back.
He cannot keep it together. I was like, the second that she mentions Ilya's name, his brain is like firing on all cylinders. Chemicals. And then we get this like pretty cringe moment with Una at the end. She's like, fuck him. I'm sorry. I mean it. And then she's like, thinking he's better than you? Fuck him right up the butt. And
I made notes on how homophobic. I was like, all right, so we actually are getting some like low-key homophobic shit from Una. Like, so.
Yes. Okay, so we cut to the rink, and the announcers are like popping off about like, are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? Is this going to happen? And we see them send in Shane and then send in Ilya. And this gives me chills every time, the way that they have done the sound on this when it's like all the like cheers and the announcers, and he says, and there you have it, it's Ilya Rozanov versus, and then it cuts to Ilya saying Shane Hollander, and it's silent, dead silent, because it's only when they're together, it's just them and no one else.
So good.
And he says, will you disappoint them? And he's like, nope. And then they slapsticks.
I love that moment too. It's like, I don't know, such good job.
It's really good. So then we cut to Shane on TV doing this French interview where they are trying so hard to get him to talk shit about Ilya, and he is not having it. Una has trained him so well to answer these questions. He just keeps saying, like, I'm here to win. I don't really care about the details. Like, it doesn't matter who it is. I'm just glad that I won. And then we get another, like, gross line where she's like, and you're being compared to Tiger Woods and Serena Williams. Do you think that you face the same challenges as them? And he has, like, a really good answer to that where he's like, I just don't think about that stuff. I'm just super happy to be playing hockey for the Metros.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good moment to have to remind us that, like, there's a few times in this episode that we are reminded that he is, like, an Asian man playing in hockey, that, like, a sport that doesn't have a lot of, like, representation. And I do like, because that rings true that a reporter would ask that, right?
Yes.
Be like, well, you're a minority. What do you think of being a minority? And it's like,
yes,
just, like, be cool. And I really like that that's his answer, because I do think Una trained him well, but I also think that is how he thinks of it. He doesn't think of, he genuinely likes playing hockey. It's not anything else to him.
Yeah, I agree. Then we cut to Ilya rage watching.
I love this. He's like, oh, so perfect, and in French.
He's like ranting, but also secretly swooning over Shane's incredibly competent French speaking.
Yes. How does it feel to be perfect? Fucking perfect. Thank you for asking. In fucking French. So good. So good.
Do we get Shane speaking French again? Because I feel like I don't remember seeing it again.
I'm not 100% sure.
I don't think so. In the books, he speaks French with one of his teammates a lot. Okay. JJ, because JJ's French, but they don't really do that between them in the show, I've noticed. So I don't think so.
Then we get another fucking horrible phone call from his brother where he's asking for $20,000. And when Ilya's like, for what? He says, for fuck you. I'm sorry.
Well, then maybe you don't get it.
Exactly. What the fuck? He really feels entitled. He feels entitled to Ilya's money.
Ilya's so defeated too. He's just like, all right, here I am, the bank again. Like, yeah, cool, Lexi, good night.
And we get this, like, conversation about their dad again, where we get the first, like, look at his dementia starting to creep in when he's like, and what is up with dad? Or how's dad? And he's like, and what the fuck is up with you and dad? Jesus fucking Christ. He's fine. We can live without you. Go fuck yourself, Ilya. And I think that's an important line too, knowing what we know about Ilya, like, overall, that he's always felt disposable. He's always felt replaceable, not worth people's time and effort to stick around. And this is why his fucking father and brother treat him like their own fucking personal punching bag. My guess is he's too much like his mom, and he's a reminder of all the ways that they failed her. So in response to that, they're horrible and push him away. But they also feel like he owes them something.
I'm like, the audacity of this man just asking for a huge chunk of change, like, not a small amount of money, even if you are a famous hockey player. Like, I don't actually know what hockey players get paid, but, like, that can't be just, like, an easy thing to just do on the fly and do it right now. It's and as if there's not, I don't even know what the time difference would be, but, like, as if there's not some ridiculous time difference. And just, I don't know.
I was thinking that too, because I was like, wait, how much money do they make that the brother knows he can ask for $20,000 and that Ilya will give it? Like, that can't mean it's cleaning out his bank account. That means he, like, still has money left. And I'm like, oh, man.
They do. They make...
Why am I a college adjunct professor?
Why couldn't I have sported?
Right?
Yeah. But he says on the phone yesterday, he asked me to bring home bread. And you see his brother kind of like...
Yeah.
That, like, activates his brother a little bit. He's like, well, he's stupid. And Ilya's like, okay, good night. Like, So that's the first look we have at what's going on with dad. And then we cut 4 months later to Nashville, go Preds, to the All-Star game. And we have this conference. Why Why does he not have a translator?
Yeah, I thought about that too. I was like, and I don't know how much that's dealt with, because obviously he has spoken English to the press before, so it's not like,
that's what I thought. Yeah.
But there's such long questions,
Yeah.
and you can tell he's struggling, like right out the gate. You're like, that is so much English all at one time.
Uh-huh.
I was struggling with it.
I know. I was like, what did she do? Or what did they just ask? What happened?
Yeah. Okay, so we get them. They ask about the bowl thing, right? And he taps Shane's foot before he answers. I know. I was like, what in the Alice Oseman? What in the Alice Oseman's happening?
I literally just went, oh no.
I know.
Not a foot tap. I think I screamed it actually the first time I watched it. I said, not a foot tap. Mikey was like, what the?
And so he's like, yeah, obviously. He's like, yes, I am going to do that. And they asked Shane the same question, and if he wants to guess how many he'll have, and he's like, no, absolutely not. And then we get, the world's longest question, and he
3-part question.
Yeah, and he cannot keep up. Like, you can see his eyes, like he's trying to process it all, but it's just a never-ending fucking question. Yeah. And he like loosens his tie and is like trying to breathe, and Shane picks up on it, and he's like, oh, like, not to jump the gun, but, with his permission, and he taps his foot, and the Heartstopper music starts up again. Shane, like, takes the time to answer the question, of just being like, the fans want us to win, I want us to win, like, we all want the same thing. Mm-hmm. We see Ilya's, like, anxious. He's, like, rubbing his thumbs together, like, trying to take in what he's saying, and they're like, Ilya? And he's like, what he said. Which is, like such a good answer from him. And I'm like, yeah, you should have a fucking translator for this kid that is sitting here, and English is his second. Like, it's different when it's like a one-on-one interview, but to be in a room, like a press junket room, and just be getting hit with questions, I feel like he should have had a translator.
I agree. Also, I was immediately taken back to the moment at the beginning of the episode where the like announcers were calling Shane not the most sociable, but yet here Shane is like immediately coming to Ilya's rescue, because he's picked up like, oh, this was a hard situation for me to be in, and now he can't even understand because it's not in his native language.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they can read each other so well, just like inherently.
Yeah.
So then we cut over to the shot accuracy competition. And the announcer says, here we are at the shot accuracy competition featuring gasp, Shane Hollander and Ilya Rosanov. And I'm like, he literally said the word gasp. Like, this is so fucking cheesy, but also just like feels right.
Yeah, I think that feels on brand for any sport that I have watched. It always the like announcements or whatever always feel so like ridiculous and over the top. And I think they get that right.
Yes. Then we see Ilya breaks Scott's record of 8.03 seconds, but we don't see his time. We just know that he did beat it. And then Shane immediately beats Ilya's record by over a full second, which is like a pretty decent chunk of time. And they are back in their seats, but they're kind of like next to each other by the gap. And Ilya's like, good job. I think it like turns him on a little bit that Shane beat him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think he has a competency kink.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a whole lot of notes on that.
And he's like, did you have fun last night? And Shane's like, last night? And he's like, yeah, with your team. Did you get dinner, get drunk? And I can only imagine that like last night Shane was like at home with a stomachache thinking about seeing Ilya tomorrow. Like, and he's like, oh yeah, I had fun, but I didn't get drunk. And Ilya like blows a raspberry at him.
I am so charmed by his like, I don't know why that's so charming, but it is.
Also, how he looks so bored when he does it. Like,
yes.
So funny.
And so Shane's like, you, and then he's like, yeah, it was great. No boring Canadians, no stupid Americans. And he's like, so what, just a bunch of Finnish guys talking about the cousins they're in love with? And that is really what, like, does it for Ilya. He's like, oh, that was such a good, quick comeback. I'm gonna fuck you later. Here's my room number. Yeah.
1221.
Yes. So come good. On. And Scott's like, did he just say 1221? Because I'm 1223. And in the books, he very much, like, does not have, they're not, like, on his radar. But in the show, I'm like, I think he knows.
Yeah. I think that's what they're trying to play up. Like, he immediately figures it out and kind of clocks them. Like, Yeah.
I thought that in the maybe 2 scenes later, but I didn't think that here, but I did think that when they're both like at the bar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think that confirms it for him
Yeah.
at the bar. But here, the way that, like, we get that first bit of side-eye as Ilya, like, skates off, he's like, so, what did he want? What was he talking about? And he's like, oh, he was just talking shit. I'm like, he knows for sure, I think. He's, like, got an idea that there's something going on.
Mm-hmm.
But also the fact that Shane knows that he's next door to him and he still goes is, like, a pretty big thing. And so then we are inside Ilya's Nashville hotel room, baby. And you can tell that it is Nashville because of the decor. I don't know if you paused it and looked, but I did. And there's just like all of these like country music posters and like I thought it was a skyline above the bed, but I actually think it's a shot like of Broadway. Because when I zoomed in, you can see like the crosswalk and someone walking across it and the cars parked. And I was like, okay, this is like a shot of Broadway. But yeah, I had to look at that. It was actually Katie, who you'll hear on a future episode, who was like, I was at her house and we were watching it. And she was like, have you stopped to look at the decor in the Nashville room? And I was like, no, I haven't looked at any of the walls in any of the rooms.
Now I will, but
yeah. So then I started looking.
There's the world's best ass in the room. So
yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, who cares?
No, I have not noticed the walls. But there's a knock at the door and he puts his phone down and he like looks through the peephole for a good second there and then opens it and Shane comes in. Oh my God, he is pissed. His little
grumpy
like,
cat Shane.
grumpy black cat. Yes. Looks like he's going to murder Ilya. And it makes me laugh every time. Ilya's like, is someone chasing you? And he's like, I was standing in the hallway looking like a fucking idiot. It's like so good. Ilya just like kind of laughs at him, which makes that kind of like breaks the tension a little bit for Shane. And you see him like look Ilya up and down. And then he's like, fuck, and like kicks his shoes off and like pushes him up against the wall. And Shane's like running his hands through his hair. And Ilya's immediately like, get on your knees. And Shane obeys. He gets on his knees.
Because he is a good boy.
Yes, yes. And this is when I was like, he remembers that the last time Ilya was like grabbing on his pec because he gets down and then he immediately does the exact same thing.
Yeah.
He's like, this is how boys touch each other.
Yeah, exactly. And Ilya holds his hand while he does it, which is just like, makes me all melty. And then also he pulls Shane up and then picks him up and carries him over to the bed with his pants around his knees.
Yes.
I was like, that's impressive.
Yeah, how did you not trip and fall and take everybody out?
But it was so smooth, such a smooth transition. And so then they get rid of all the rest of their clothes and he's like kissing him. He like kisses up his body and he's like, roll over onto your stomach. And he's like, roll over, like trying to hurry him up. And Shane is immediately tense and Ilya notices and slows down. And he's like, have you ever? And Shane shakes his head and he's like, do you want to? And Shane hesitates and he says, you are scared. And Shane is like, I'm not scared. But I'm like, he wasn't like making fun of you. He wasn't like, it was understanding. Like nervous is probably the word, but he, you know, scared is pretty fucking close to nervous. So makes sense. He's like, no, it's okay. Like, it's okay to be scared. And he's like, I'm not scared. Also, this is the shot where we get to see Hudson's gun tattoo on his hip. And that cracks me up every time, because can you imagine Shane Hollander getting a gun tattoo?
I never noticed that, I don't think.
I didn't either.
I thought they did a good job of editing out his stuff, but I missed it.
This is the one time that it like really shines through, and it's just like, it's a little handgun on his hip, and it almost like kind of looks like a birthmark, which is probably why they like didn't care about leaving it in there, but...
That's fun.
Listen, Calvin and Hobbes was like my favorite growing up. Loved it. I almost got a Calvin and Hobbes tattoo with my first roommate in New York. We were going to get matching ones. I was going to get Calvin. He was going to get Hobbes. I did not notice that Hudson had a Hobbes tattoo until someone pointed it out in the comments, because I haven't looking at that man's tattoos. I'm just like,
I know.
Hot. Everyone's hot. And then I was like, oh, that is Hobbes on his arm. Oh,
cool. That's funny. You're like, he has tattoos?
Yeah.
I have a note about Ilya, the way he took Shane's clothes off, that I don't want to forget. So when Ilya undresses Shane, he leaves Shane's socks on.
Oh my God, I didn't
I
even
feel like
notice.
that's the biggest thing that stood out to me. I was like, oh, Shane left his socks on. I'm going to leave his socks. Because he kind of even starts to go down and then he comes back up. It's like, all right, leaving this guy's socks on because that's what he wants. So
Yeah. Aww.
I just love that.
He asks him, like, do you ever touch yourself here? And he's like, what, does touching your ass make you gay? I'm like, now he's making fun of him. He's like, what, you have internalized homophobia?
You know what makes you gay? Sucking my dick. It's
Yeah.
such a good line.
Yeah.
Such a good line, yeah.
And he's like, shut up, fuck, I'm trying to say I have a thing, okay? And Ilia's like, thing? And he's like, a dildo. Like, it's so hard for him to say it out loud. And then we get this line from Ilia where he's like, what color is big? And like Shane again thinks he's making fun of him, but I don't think he's making fun of him here. I think he was immediately flooded with mental images and needs clarification on the details so that he can visualize this accurately later.
Yeah. I think it's like both things, like kind of when he says he's pretty, like he is kind of making fun of him, like being a dick about it, but also he means it. Just I think he's like, I mean, we see in the next episode when he's like, I want to watch you, like,
this is hot.
Yeah. And Shane's like, I'm leaving. He's like, no, Hollander, I want to fuck you. And this was the first moment when I was watching it. The first time around, I wasn't really like paying attention, but when I was watching it with the intention of like trying to pick up their feelings, when he like holds him closer and he's like, no, I want to fuck you. I was like, this feels more intimate than like just someone you're trying to hook up with and get off with real quick.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And then Shane's like, not with Scott Hunter next door. Ilia's like, he's hot. We should let him watch, like, Mating Call.
Let him hear you, like, Mating Call. So good.
Such good lines.
And Ilia would be down for that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
He wants people to see what he does to Shane Hollander.
Yes. And Shane's like, you would like that, wouldn't you? And he, like, looks down at Shane and is like, I think you would like it, too. And Shane like doesn't say anything, so he's like, okay, so next time. And then we get Shane Starry Eyes Hollander making an appearance where he's like, next time.
Yeah, this is where Shane's eyes become anime and like super watery and just huge,
sparkly.
Yeah,
and I love him being like, you're having a panic attack, it's just planned to fuck. And I'm like, oh, I love this.
Because Shane's like, well, but where would we like? Yeah, and he's like, you are homeless. Like, what do you mean? You live in Montreal. And he's like, he's so literal again. He's like, well, we'll meet at your house. And he's like, no, it's an apartment. And then we get the panic attack line. And I'm like, it's one thing to hook up in random cities in a hotel. It's another thing to bring it home to your apartment. It makes it real in a new way.
And this is where we get like the little seed that we get planted of like, Ilia is going to fixate on the fact that he can't go to Shane's home when they're having this. Like, Shane comes to his home eventually, but like, Shane doesn't let that part of himself go for a long, long time.
Yeah.
I feel like we get a lot of good little seed plants like that.
And so then after they have sex, we get the birth of Jane and Lily. And he's like, so I know we talked about Montreal in 2 weeks, but he's, oh my God, Hollander, you are so boring. Give me your phone. And he doesn't. He's like, you have phone. Give. So good. And they like send little texts back and forth to save each other's number. And I'm like, Jane and Lily is so unsubtle. It is so unsubtle. And but it did go over a lot of people's heads.
Because no one is thinking about that. Like, no one is. I really think none of these other players, like none of their teammates are like, it's not on their radar.
No, not for those bros. No, no.
Definitely. I meant watchers. Like, I've had people message me being like, oh, I didn't even notice. And I was like, how? How do you not notice?
That's like...
I barely noticed, honestly. Until this time, I didn't realize that he was Lily. I knew that Shane was Jane, but I didn't realize Ilia was Lily.
I love it.
So 2 weeks later, we're in an airport in Boston, and Marlo's like, what is going on? Because Ilia is, like, anxious. Like, his knee is, like, bobbing up and down. He's, like, got his arms crossed. He's sighing a lot. He's like, nothing. And he's like, are you sure? And he's like, fuck you. And I think it's the coach that's back there. He's like, guess what? We're not going. There's 2 feet of snow. Ilia's upset. Like, he is devastated that he's not going to get to go. And Marlo's like, it's not the end of the world. It is a night off. And he's like, whatever. And he's like, look, whoever she is, she's going to get over it. And Ilya's like, so upset.
Also, this is a huge stupid thing, but Marlo is wearing Montreal colors in their traveling for hockey. So I'm like, why are you wearing the other team's colors?
I did not notice.
I don't know why I noticed that. It's not something I would typically notice, but because Montreal was like red, white, blue, whatever, I was like, it stands out. So like, why is this guy traveling to play a hockey game against Montreal wearing Montreal colors?
So then we get the shot in the locker room, and Shane's looking at his phone, and Hayden is looking at Shane. Like, Hayden is paying a lot of attention.
Hayden's not into Shane.
Yeah. There's definitely something going on there. Mm-hmm. He invites him over for dinner, says his wife Jackie said it was cool and she can throw on some steaks. And Shane's like, I'm on a macrobiotic diet. I love the line delivery of, buddy, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah. I have a question. I didn't know. I even tried to Google it. It's so hard to Google because, like, it's just the words that could mean other things. He said she's excited to be the first wag to feed you. I have no idea what that
Wife
means.
and girlfriend.
Yeah.
The wives and girlfriends. Wag.
Oh, like of the team.
Of the team,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. They call them the
okay.
wags. Yeah, like the wags are coming today. So all the girls are going to be there.
Oh, okay.
All the partners.
Because when you look up, like, wag and then wag and feed, dog food comes up, so... I was like, well, I know it's not dog food, so I'll just have to ask the class.
I love this. Yeah. Wives and girlfriends. I don't know why I knew that.
I was going to say, why the hell do you know that?
I learned that through fan fiction, actually.
You know what?
It teaches us a lot.
Is it in Rugby Sweater Weather? Because I feel like that's
Rugby Sweater
probably
Weather.
where
Yes, exactly.
I learned it. Yeah. Yep. I love that I'm like, a specific Nick and Charlie fanfic, and you're like, yep, that's where it's from. I'm like, great, yes.
Yep.
So he agrees to come over. He says he wants to watch him eat his disgusting food. And I'm like, he's texting Jackie. He's like, bird food only. Also, we're going to try to have a threesome with this guy, so make sure everything is perfect tonight.
I love like how giddy he is about being friends with Shane.
Yes.
Like, Hayden he kind of annoys me in a couple scenes, but like he is like ride or die. This is my friend.
He is best boy. Yeah.
He's like, I feel like that goofy straight guy that like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even thinking that there's no like notion to him that Shane might be closeted or like, that's not brain empty, just like friend, you know?
Yeah. He also just like sticks up for him too. Like when he gets hit later at the game, like in episode 5?
5.
And he's like, it was Marlo that hit him, and he's like immediately on him, like, Marlo, motherfucker!
Marlo, who's like double his size at least. Like Marlo is huge,
both in height and width. He is double the size of this guy.
Little Hayden coming after him,
little Chihuahua, yeah. So we go to Ilya's house. We get this shot of him entering, and I love the way that this is filmed through the windows, and you see him like making his way through the house.
Almost like a horror movie.
Yeah, with the snow, we can see the snow falling still. It's so good. And he does a very good, like, scared face when
I'm like,
she
did they
jumps
actually
out.
startle him?
It's like, Jesus Christ.
Also, Svetlana is so hot.
Yes,
This is where my gay panic sets in, and I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah,
Svetlana's here with no pants on.
Yeah, in his jersey.
Yeah.
In a Rosenau jersey, yeah.
Yeah, so good. And he's like immediately reacts with alarm and anger. It comes out like kind of angry, like, what are you even doing here? Like, you just scared the shit out of me.
And I love her line, being nice, but now I regret it.
Yeah, I already regret it. And he's like, how'd you even know? And she was like, it was announced, you idiot. Like, I follow hockey and you know it. So
I said this about Rose, but I feel like I didn't think about this, but also with Svetlana, in like an American show or a not as well written show, he would have been dating Svetlana while hooking up with God, I almost said Charlie because the two of you. While hooking up with Shane.
Oh, sorry.
And Shane would have been dating Rose while hooking up. And like, I am so glad that we like, she very quickly is like, you know, she is here to fuck, but also she loves him.
In a platonic way,
Yeah, she loves him both ways. And he is a walking boner. So like, yeah, he'll fuck her, but he's not like feeling for her. And she gets that, which we get the lines later. But I really like that this isn't, I mean, I ride or die for Love, Simon only because I think it's very cute. did y'all watch Love, Victor? Because
I didn't
season
watch
1 is him dating a girl. That's the entire season is like, he has this awkward relationship with this really nice girl and like, but is having feelings for the guy. And then she walks. The season finale of season 1 is her finding him kissing a guy.
See,
and
this
it's
is
like,
why I won't watch it now. I'm like, nope,
yeah.
I'm out. I love that this is a moment of a female character who is just as casual about sex as Ilya is.
Yes.
She is there to fuck. Like, she
Yeah.
doesn't care. Like, this is obviously they're close. Obviously, we know later, like, how close their relationship is.
Yeah.
But, like, that's separate for her. Like, that's their
Yes.
physical stuff is a separate thing. Because women can do that too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are like two very different things. And as someone who always feels that way, I'm like, I appreciate this, that there is not just one person on the show who feels that way. Because like, I say this a lot. When I lived in New York, I like slept with every one of my friends. And for me, it was always like, oh, this is my friend. Also, we have sex. Like they were very different things. Didn't always work out well in my favor, but like that's how I viewed it.
Yeah.
But I think that's a big difference between a queer community and a straight community. It's like, too, is you get a lot of that, a lot more of that in my experience anyway, than you do in like these typical straight relationships.
Definitely. And I do think that that is another like parallel between Heartstopper and the show is that they don't fuck around about it. Like we get the like, will they, won't they with Imogen, but they immediately resolve that. It's not like it doesn't drag out the whole season or anything. It's like one episode and it's figured out.
And Rose is never upset about it. Rose is just like, I love that. Like there's no like brief like, oh man, this sucks for me.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, this is just who this guy is and that's what it is and it's okay.
Rose is like, ooh, you slutty bottom.
Yes. She's like, tell me more about being the whole. So then we get like, you see the text come through that says next time, I guess. And Svetlana's got to be a little shit about it. She's like, oh, now I'm really leaving. You can have fun with this Jane. And then we see Shane sitting at the dinner table with Hayden and his wife, and he's looking at his phone, seeing that he's been left on red. But I have a question. Is Hayden wearing a fucking suit? Because it looks like he is wearing a suit.
I would have to rewatch. I don't know.
He definitely has on a jacket with a white shirt under it, because when he picks up his fork, you can see the white. And it looks like it has a collar, and I'm like,
honestly,
did he wear a suit for Shane Hollander to come over?
I could kind of see it.
The same way that Shane would put on a suit to maybe fuck Ilya, but he talked himself out of it.
I could see it. I'll have to rewatch.
Also, Shane has got his ginger ale there. I love that Jackie is like the one other person outside of Ilya that like supports. She always has no judgment and has the ginger ale in the house for him.
Yep. He immediately goes to her fridge when they're watching the like Cups game with Ilya later, and there's the ginger ale, and he's like ready to go.
Yep. So then we go 4 months later to Las Vegas, and it is the MLH Awards, and they're both up for Rookie of the Year. And the winner is Shane.
Linda.
He looks so happy walking down those steps, but I would be so embarrassed to have my parents that like trailing me like that.
I feel like it's probably maybe common with that stuff. Like,
is it? Maybe because they're so young.
And because she's a manager. She's his manager, so like she
That's
probably
true.
is there for everything.
That's true. But I would be
And
like,
they do
Mom,
play up. Yeah.
6 feet, like.
Shane is an unashamed mama's boy, just like Nick Nelson.
It's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Just like Nick Nelson. So he walks through the crowd and he's over at the bar, and Scott walks up and he's like, that better just be ginger ale, giving him shit about his ginger ale. And he's like, oh, it is Mr. Hunter. I wouldn't indulge in front of you. And I'm like, oh, my
Mr. Hunter. I was
I
like,
son, get in my pocket.
Also, you just played a hockey game with this man. Like, it's not, you are on equal playing field here, sir. Like,
he is not your like professor. Like,
but it also just shows you like how much respect Shane has for him. But like, it's just so funny.
So adorable.
Yeah.
And he's like, what would you say if me and some of the other old fucks wanted to do some shots with the 3 rooks? And he's like, fuck yes. And then the tone changes because he's like, all right, where's your boy Rosenoff? And Shane cannot lie for shit. He is immediately, like, his automatic response to any of this is just denial, just like shock and denial frantically. He's like, what? My what? And he's
because
like,
also
no.
that's not a crazy thing to say. Like, that's like...
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like I say that about me. I'll be like, oh, your boy's like real drunk, or like, oh, your boy's like an idiot.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, I don't feel like that.
And you do say, like, I say that to friends too, with like people they hate are like,
Oh,
your,
yeah.
your boy's
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like, and so it makes sense. But again, Shane takes everything so
Right.
literally that he's like, oh, my what? That's not my boy.
Right.
you know, like, and he's like, no, like, I didn't mean it like that. I just mean, it's always Hollander and Rosenov. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, oh, well, he's not my friend, so I don't know. I don't know where he is. Like, panicking.
I don't even know him.
Yeah. Who? I don't know that guy.
Who's that?
And we see them doing their shot, and then Scott's like, all right, another one. So Shane's getting drunk.
Yeah, Shane's plastered.
Yeah. And we get this shot of him like looking over the crowd, and we see like his mom is talking to someone at like a table, and his dad is talking, but you know who he's looking for, and he's not finding him. So then we cut to the rooftop, and Ilya is up there smoking. And I did think that it was hilarious that he was like, well, I don't know if it's worth jumping over.
Yeah.
Like, that was a pretty good one.
That's a good line.
And then we get this discussion where he's like, Ilya's like, is the party all done? And Shane's like, no, I just needed some air. Ilya clocks that he's drunk, and Shane's like, I am not. And he's like, it's okay. Like, it's good for you. It was a big night for you. And Shane's like, yeah, well, it could have gone to either one of us. And Ilya's like, well, it went to you. And Shane just pops off. He's like, so what? So you're just like up here sulking because you couldn't take another victory lap around me? All you do is beat me. I win one stupid fucking thing and you can't show your face down there. And I'm like, wait a minute. Didn't you just beat his ass at the shot accuracy competition? And then also the last time we saw y'all play, you won. Your team won. And so like,
That's true.
What do you mean all he does is beat you? And also, like, this is all that Ilya has. Like, hockey is all he has. And so, like, he's taking this beating from him, but you can tell that he's, like, trying not to pop off on him. But then he, like, starts murmuring in Russian. And Shane's like, what was that? And he's like, not everything is about you, Hollander. And you can just, like, see the pain in his face.
My thoughts on this are this is where we start to see the depression struggles that Ilya goes through.
Yeah,
like we're seeing this like early on. Like he's probably, I mean, we don't see this on screen or even in the book even, but like he's probably gotten some shitty call from his dad or his brother to be like, why didn't you win this award?
Yeah.
Like, why did you lose again? You know, like he's probably been berated and he's trying to just get away. You know, like he can't party right now because he just doesn't have it in him.
Yeah.
Right.
And if he hasn't gotten that call, he's mentally preparing for it because he's about to go home.
Right.
And
he has to go back to Russia in 3 days.
With them,
like
and deal with them in person.
Yeah.
Being like, you lost to Shane fucking Hollander.
I like that we get that when he says like, I'm going home, and he's like, well, that must be nice. And there's like silence.
I know.
This is where Shane he hasn't figured this out yet. And he's so like, what do I do with this?
Well, because Shane is not good at picking up on these cues when he's sober. So they're like flying miles above his head with him being
drunk. And this isn't Shane's experience. Like Shane's family is very supportive of him. They have always been there. They're at this award ceremony with him. So like his experience is such a complete opposite.
And it is nice to go home. Like he has good childhood memories at his childhood
wants to be
home.
at his home with his parents.
Whereas Ilya, that's like the last thing he fucking wants.
Yeah.
And then we get this line from Shane where he's like, and I guess I thought maybe and I've watched this a couple times trying to interpret it, and I'm like, do we think that he was like, are you going to celebrate fuck me tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Like that's what he was thinking in that moment. Because I don't think that he is willing, even with the alcohol, I don't think he's at a point where he could say like, I think we have something between us or anything like that. He's just thinking like, this is the next time that we have seen each other. Do you still want to fuck me?
Right.
Yeah.
But he backs out and is like, never mind. I'm gonna... And then he walks like 5 feet away before he's like, I guess I'll see you next season, and sticks his hand out
handshake.
for a handshake, which melts Ilya a little bit. And he just like comes over, pushes him up against the wall. The Heartstopper music starts back up again. And Shane kisses him back, like, pretty intensely. Yeah. He's, like, grabbing his hair and his face, and he's, like, into it until he's not.
Right.
I think he was baiting. My opinion is that I think Shane was baiting Ilya to come to him like that a little bit here. I think that's why he walked away and then held his... Because he knew Ilya was going to come to him.
Yeah.
And, like, he was letting himself have this little dark corner moment before his meltdown.
Yeah. And then he's like, what the fuck are you doing? We're both in tuxedos out in public. And Ilya's like, nobody is looking. And Shane says, you don't know that. And I'm like, that's fair. You don't know that.
Yeah.
But also they're on a rooftop. I don't know.
But
I
anybody
feel like,
else could come out of that door at any moment.
Yeah.
True. And in the books, there's a party happening up there. Like, you don't get this in the show, but like in the book, there's a party going on the opposite side of the roof. Like, Shane's rode up on the elevator with some party girls. Like, he knows there's other people around. We don't know that in this scene unless you're a book reader, but like, that's totally plausible for a hotel to have a rooftop bar.
Yeah.
In Vegas.
Ilya tries to kiss him again, and Shane flips him around and then backs up and like straightens himself up and walks away. And Ilya's like, see you next season, and he doesn't say anything, and he calls after him, Hollander, and my heart broke. I was like, no, PTSD!
You can hear the heartbreak a little bit in that Hollander. He's like, wait, I want to run it back. I want this back. Like, I didn't actually want you to leave. Like, because Shane is his only comfort at this point, like it's in this moment. Like, he's the only person there who can comfort him in the way that he probably really needs right then.
Yeah, and rather than getting that comfort, Shane basically kicked him while he was down.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Yeah, that one makes me tear up almost every time because I'm like, oh.
And the way he like goes back over and leans against the railing again and just like looks out like in 3 days, I'll be back home. It's just horrible. I hate it. And that's where we end. Devastated on a rooftop in Vegas. Thank God they dropped episode 1 and 2 together.
Oh, yeah. They're one big episode in my head. I realized that when I was prepping for this.
Same,
I had started to make notes about the next part, and I was like, wait, that's episode 2.
Yeah. I also was like, I can't even remember where episode 1 ends. Like, where does 1 end and 2 begin? And then I was like, oh, right, Vegas.
And they have very similar endings. Like, Ilya's the one sad in 1, but Shane in episode 2 is the one that's like, fuck, what is happening? So you're getting that. Yeah.
I
love everything. I love everything about this show. I feel like I could gush about this forever, but this show does such a good job of like showing the progression of a relationship, the weirdness that in the beginning, the like just such good build up.
And I feel like we often don't get, which is I feel like so not just queer culture, but in general, people like we don't get a lot of love stories where it's like they're casually fucking and then slowly we fall in love. Like sometimes we'll get like, oh, they meet at a bar and they hook up, but then it's like, oh, they like each other. But this is like they're casually fucking and they're slowly being like, oh crap, I like this person more than I thought I did. And I really liked seeing it that way because then it delves into like full on romance, right? And that's why I like always push back on people who are like, oh, it's like very much like porn. And I'm like, no, you're dumb. It's not. Like
you haven't watched it. I think people that say that are watching it like you do a typical American TV show, which is the kind of show you can walk in and out of the room for.
Yeah.
You cannot walk in and out of the room of this show. You cannot. Like you will miss so much information if you do.
Or they're just watching the clips online.
Or they're just they're watching clips. They're like, this I don't get what you mean by this is a romance. Well, then you haven't watched the show.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we have some like superlatives for the end of the episode. What was your favorite quote, Chelsea?
What color? I am with Hudson Williams on this. When Hudson Williams said that in an interview, I was like, yes, because it's just, the delivery is so good.
Yeah.
I just love it because it's like funny, but also he wants to know.
Yeah, he has to know the details.
That's my favorite.
Ian?
Is liar told you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
my
was
second
mine too, but I also included the wink. I'm like, the wink has to be part of it.
For sure.
Okay, what was your favorite scene, Ian?
The water bottle scene.
Nice.
Hands down. I love a sexy yearning, and it's very much that.
Chelsea?
This one's really harder for me. It's a weird one, but I think the press conference scene with the shoe tap is like my favorite.
Yeah.
Just because I like the like, oh, we're understanding each other, we're vibing, like we're here for each other, even if this is, just a hot, sexy thing right now.
Yeah. I also chose the gym. I put the gym, all of it, from the competition to the end, because it just sets up their dynamic so well and builds that tension like so thick. So yeah. And then favorite music moment or music cue. Chelsea?
Feist. Sea Lions by Feist. Because that is such a good use of that beat and that like da 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 da. It's like anxiety, but it's also exciting. So
Same. I was trying to think of something else, but yeah, Feist.
I chose the first bit of Heartstopper music that we get during the bike scene when it first kicks in, just because that was such like a moment for me, and it makes me like all giddy every time. And so, and we get it like all throughout the episode, but that first time we get it was really like,
I need to know the instrument or whatever that makes that sound.
Yeah, the
that
slide.
like yeah. I'm gonna ask Mikey next time I watch it. My partner is a music dude, so
nice. Yeah, it's got the slide and it's got the like do 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 in the background with it. So good, so good. Okay, so originally I was going to drop the scale from these recordings. However, I did it automatically when I was making my notes, and then Chelsea said she automatically did it too. So I was like, okay. So I put up an Instagram poll and was like, all right, listeners, like, do we keep the scale that's like super chaotic, or is it too confusing? And it was an overwhelming keep the chaos scale. So for Heartstopper, what I did, we called it the Heartstopometer. Regrettable name? Yes, maybe. But we would do how hard your heart stopped on a scale of 1 to 5 from the episode. But it's only happiness, like happy tension stopping your heart versus not like sadness. So, like, if the episode made you so sad and you, like, felt no good feelings during it, you would be a 1. But if the episode had you, like, kicking your feet and giggling, it would be a 5. But here's where the chaos kicks in. There's no rules. You can go negative. You can go 150. And so there's no, like, limit to the scale.
You know how there's those memes where it's, like, me when someone's explaining board game instructions? That is what just happened. In case you didn't watch me disassociate while you were telling me those rules.
Listen, it's so confusing. I'm going to have to write out something to email out for people.
I feel like I need a chart. I need like a picture chart for this.
Yes. Andy also is like, I need more rules. Like, I don't know how to accurately answer this when you're
Meanwhile,
just like,
I'm like,
there
I
are
love
no
the
rules.
lack of rules.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, chaos. I also only decided this. So Ian had no idea that we were doing this. And so I texted him like 20 or 30 minutes before the show. I was like, there's a scale.
I was very
I'm
curious.
gonna explain it. It's chaotic. I put myself as a 3, a solid 3 on this one, because I'm trying to do it from like my first watch, how I felt.
Okay.
And so since I wasn't sure, I was unfamiliar with the books, like I was coming in blind for this. And I also I hadn't seen any trailers or anything. I just knew gay hockey. You should watch this. And so I did. And so I was very concerned about like how toxic it was going to get. And I wasn't sure. And I was like, they're super cute. So like the toe taps and stuff were like what was shot me up. Like those moments of like seeing their little feelings happen definitely is what pulled me up to a 3, but I'm not even close to a 5 yet.
And here is where I jump in with my chaos, because I am at a 678 billion because I fully died when they tapped their feet together. I'm not joking. I shouted that out the first time I watched it. I was like, this is what's going to carry me through this whole show. I just knew. I was like, this is gonna feed me for however many episodes this is. I didn't realize at this point that it was only gonna be like a 6 episode, which is insane to me. But also, I have a whole arc about whether or not that should be a thing or not. I kind of have a love-hate relationship for short seasons, but yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm fully off the chart. I'm full speed ahead.
Valid.
Yeah.
Okay, Ian.
I think maybe a 2.
Okay.
For the cuteness stuff, because it wasn't too much for me. So just like a low level.
Yeah, solid. Before we head out, Ian, do you want to let everyone know where to find you and how to listen to all the things?
You can find me at Ian X Carlos on all social platforms. You can find SlayerFest98 at SlayerFestX98 on all platforms. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else you get your podcasts, and also on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe if you like us, please, and thank you. And My Bloody Judy, same, at My Bloody Judy on all platforms and on YouTube and Spotify and stuff.
And Slayerfest is also going to be doing episode by episode coverage of Heated Rivalry. So look out for that. Go give them a follow. Chelsea?
I'm just a normal person with no fun activities, but you can follow me at CK Lacie if you want. We can gush about hockey and gay hockey and probably not regular hockey, but just like, I'm not your girl for that, but if you want, there I am.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. This has been so fun, and we did it. We're right at 2 hours. We fucking killed that. All right, well, that wraps us up for today. We will be back in 2 weeks with a brand new set of co-hosts to talk about episode 2, Olympians. If you want to follow us online, we are at Why Are We Cast on all platforms. And if you like this, please consider rating and reviewing because it helps other people find us. Until next time, bye.
Bye.
Bye.